everyone, hope all of you are doing well. In this video, I'll be giving you some information on predictive versus adaptive approach in business analysis. And this information is taken from the book BABOK. So without any delay, let's get into it. So basically, there are two approaches to any business analysis. So either you would have heard of the name predictive and another name called as adaptive. But do not get confused with both. Predictive is nothing but basically the waterfall approach, and adaptive is more of an agile approach. So there are several differences between the two. If you're familiar with waterfall and agile, then you would already be able to resonate with these points. But however, let's get to see the differences. So the first one is in terms of solution definition. So whenever you're working on a predictive type of a project, when you want to define the solution needs to be defined fully before implementation in order to maximize and control and minimize risk. So the entire solution end to end needs to be defined before implementation since it's predictive and it follows a phase by phase approach. So first the requirements is completed, you complete the next phase, you complete the design and architecture, then followed by the development and coding, and then you have the quality assurance and software testing, followed by the implementation, and then you have the maintenance and support. So when it comes to adaptive, you need to define the entire solution in the first cut itself, in the first phase itself. So the solution definition is defined in an iterative manner to arrive at best solutions or improve an existing solution. So the main advantage of this type of an approach is that you would not have to, if there is a lot of uncertainty, okay, in times like that with the solution, or you feel like let's work part by part, get feedback, and then keep working, then this type of an adaptive approach will work fine. Let's say that you have a project with lot of certainties, that is, you're aware of what needs to be done, you know what are the rules and regulations that need to be followed, okay, there would be risk if you do not address certain areas in the project, so you need to identify everything first. If that's the case, then you can go with the predictive over the waterfall approach. Okay, the next differentiator is the level of formality. So generally when you work with waterfall type of projects and you need to define all the requirements ahead of time, then you need to be able to define and give formal information which is captured in standardized templates. Okay, so you must be familiar with the BRD, the FRD, you have system specifications documents, you have everything put out in the first go itself, and then you need to get everything reviewed, and then you need to also get the sign off and the buy-in for that particular project. So everything needs to be formal. When you look at the adaptive approach, it's mostly informal, okay, which means that, of course, when we say informal, it's not like everything needs to be, kind of documented in well standardized templates. There are different ways in which you capture this information. It's more of a user language, which we call as user stories. So it's more of the language in which even the user, the end users, the clients, and the development team can understand. Okay, and the information is gathered through team interaction and feedback. So whenever there is elicitations going on, when teams brainstorm, at all these times when you get feedbacks, information is being captured, and everything gets captured not in standardized templates. Okay, so that's another differentiator. The next one is the activities. So activities are required to complete, deliverables are identified first and then divided into tasks. Okay, so you need to have a very clear cut plan and approach as to how are you going to do the implementation. So activities are required compulsorily to complete the deliverables and are identified first. So you need to identify everything initially so that it can be then divided into tasks for people to take up. When you look at the adaptive approach, activities are divided into iterations. Okay, so you have several iterations, and in every iteration you need to divide and you need to select a set of deliverables which you want to deliver as part of that particular iteration. So once you have collected all the deliverables, you have finalized on the deliverables, then you would associate tasks and then identify the tasks. Okay, so it's more of a linear, what to say, a more of a informal way of doing things. You don't have to put everything down in the first place. So the next one is timing. So tasks are performed in specific phases. So as I said, you can see the predictive approach is more of a phase by phase implementation. Whereas if you see for adaptive, they are performed in iterations. So every iteration could be like 2 weeks, or it could be 3 weeks of an iteration, and tasks are performed iteratively. Okay, and the tasks, when I say tasks, it's more of development, testing, and then you even have maybe analysis, and then it's moved to production. So every implementation has that entire phase of, you maybe you are doing some analysis, you get some development is being done on certain stories, and then you do testing, and then it goes to production. And also there is value that is being delivered at the end of every iteration. So that's what stands out from the predictive approach. So this is the information about adaptive and predictive. I hope that you got some information. If you like this video, please do give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe to this channel, and also do share your feedbacks. Thank you.